I am live. No, you aren't. I don't care about the way you look because I'm looking for another way. Where? What? Okay. Oh, the furnace just came on. It's getting cold outside again. Yes, it's the 27th. Oh, you rascally weapon. And then I have to go and do something else. Well, nobody can see me but my hand. And I don't know if there's anything happening here. Pooh, moon. Moon, that spells moon. Ah, ka, 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 ka. Welcome to live chat. Remember to guard your privacy and abide by our community guidelines. Ah, I'm going to open 3 packages there, liked and shared. Did you see the newest video from Paranormal Files 6 days ago at the house for 2.5 hours? Go watch that one on YouTube. Yeah, they were up there for 2 hours and about 43 minutes, I think it was, or 33 or something. And interesting. It's interesting. Boy, oh boy. It's interesting. I was talking to Tina tonight. She's going to try because, she's a school teacher and she can't get time off, but she'd like to come up. Paranormal Files. She wants to come up for an hour or so one of the days that you're here to further uh, validate some of the stuff that I'll be talking about because she was there. I don't want to go into long, drawn out details. I'm going to be very swift and succinct to what happened. Not going to talk and chit chat and all that shit. All right, while I'm doing that, I'll do this. Or while I'm not doing that, I'll do this. I'm confused. Why don't I have there's something missing over here from I don't understand something that I've enlisted. Okay. Well, I'm going to do this stuff. I don't even know what some of this stuff is. I honestly don't. I'll take the least amount of resistance, whatever the hell that means. And of course, I didn't bring my scissors, so I'll just take a look there. I don't see anything I'm going to rip. Oh, I just ripped the $100 bill in half. Yeah. This is from, well, I don't want to say who it's from because it's just their name. I'll tell you what streamer it was. He sent me a sausage wrapped in paper. Why that's way over there, I don't know. Let me adjust this differently if I can. Oh, geez, it was really cockeyed, wasn't it? Well, he didn't too often. Dude, where the hell's the packing stuff? There's no paperwork in here, so I don't know who this is from. Ain't that a son of a gun? could be a giveaway too. I'm not sure. You know, I really need to keep them scissors down here. I bought scissors for the junk drawer. I bought scissors for Sophia. I bought scissors for me. I've got a pair in my bedroom. And of all places, this would be the place I would need one, and I don't have them down here. Well, it's something in a, is it in a tube? Oh my God, it's getting smaller and smaller and small. Are you watching this? Look at this. I got a rolled out garbage or shopping bag. Nah, I just need a leather opener. It'd be fine. And there's about 12 rubber bands on here. Well, there's probably at least 3. Well, maybe 2. Jesus, God, they're so tight I can't even get my nail under them. What the hell's happening here? I don't want anybody to get to that package. Well, anybody could have gotten into it. Well, you know, maybe I don't care what's in here. Holy cow. Goodness me. There's one rubber band off. This one, okay, it'll come off. Okay, I'm feeling movement. I'm feeling something moving. It feels pretty solid. I don't, here we go again. Here, watch, here we go. Oh, look at that. Okay, I can tell you who it's from if those are all Mercury dimes. This is from Qbert, the streamer Qbert. And now I get to pull out. Yep, these are all Mercs. All Mercury dimes. So let's take a look on the scope and see what they are. Take a look at them together because they're going to be random. I've got stuff on my scope in the way. So I'll move that. And we'll do them one or do I need my light on my scope? I don't think I do I? Clean your mess up, Paul. There's a 1927, and she's got a beard. She didn't shave before taking her picture for the camera. Oh, it's a 27S. Look at that. This guy is really good. This guy is a very good streamer. Qbert, Qbert, 1941. Looks like they're all on average circulation. 41 Philadelphia. I don't have my scope light's not on. 1944 S, San Francisco, open your golden gate. Fall in the ocean right now. 1941 Philadelphia. And another 1941 Philadelphia. There's another 44. Did I already have a 44? Doesn't matter. 44 Philadelphia. Give me at least one Denver. Yeah, it's not going to come off, Link. I've used everything on this. 42. Philly, I'll need a Brillo pad to get this off. I've scrubbed it with green pads, blue pads, white pads, red pads. There's a 43. San Francisco. Another 43. Philadelphia. There's a 38. I think this is going to be San Francisco. Oh, Denver. Denver. That's a nice one. I mean, it's not nice corn or nothing. There's a 45. Pretty worn out, isn't she? Denver. There's a 36. San Francisco. I'll have to check. Uric acid, though. This is going to be a 40 something, 42. Philadelphia. 40 something. Oh, 37. Denver. Denver. Oh, San Francisco. All right, I'm seeing my screen blip, but I have a feeling my computer's going to crash again. It does it once after starting it up. I never even used to turn it off. It used to be running 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, all the time. What was that, a 44S? Yeah. And a 34. Philly. There's the 44. Philly. Yeah, they're all pretty much circulated pretty good. Which, of course, is you would think for 44 San Francisco. You'd think $20 for 20 Mercs is a pretty good price considering what are they right today? It's a 35. Where's silver at? 22. It was a 22 flat the last time I looked today. $22. Was it 23 an ounce? So it was 23 an ounce. 35 San Francisco. And a 39. Cupcake. Thank you. I've smoked in a hurry. Oh, you can't see it. I'll switch my camera here in a second. 39 what? Philly. Show you what I got. Just a little taste. This one? Yeah. Tim smoked a, got what he said. Ha! Wow, that's hot. Whew. That is really hot. Burning my throat. No, it's not pork. Beef of some kind. I don't know what. It's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. I don't count by 15, 20. I don't count by twos. When I count coins, I count by fives. So 20 Mercury dimes for $20. I want to look real quick where silver is at. I don't know where it's at right now, but SI should be enough. I type into Google and a silver melt. And silver melt is $23.15. Mercury dimes are worth $1.30 melt value, so 30 times 20 is $6. I paid $6 under silver melt for those. And this is very heavy. I don't know what the hell's in there. I don't know what's in there. It's from Mache Baker. And that's his stream name also, Mache Baker. He's a cool dude. And this is from a person's name. Hopefully the paperwork will be in here and I'll know who it's from. Well, I'll tell you what, we're supposed to be putting packing slips in these things. That's 2 in a row. I don't mind Kubert because that was a replacement. Kubert's all right. It's a 2000 P&D. No, it's not a P&D. It's a 2000 Philadelphia mint set. You're going to work with me. I told my cameras before I even turned them on that if they mess up tonight, they're getting thrown in the garbage. So maybe they'll work. See, yeah, already it's starting to do its thing. Doesn't want to focus. Son of a pup. Just another mint set to throw in a pile of the rest of the mint sets. We got the quarters and the Philadelphia. What quarters do we have here? I don't want to have to look. That's nice. It's not telling me. It's supposed to tell you what you're getting. And it doesn't. I could put my look and put my loop on it and see if there's any what states they are. You should all know. If you're a coin collector, you should know the states, right? I don't. I can't keep them straight. Well, you got anyhow. I don't think there's any errors on that one. New Hampshire, Massachusetts. That date looks weird. I don't know. That's on Maryland and South Dakota and Virginia. If you hear any rumbling in the background, it's not thunder. The washing machine is a little bit off balance. I had it perfectly balanced forever. Now it's crazy. All right, that's from. I don't know who that's from. I don't know the stream name. I'm sorry. I don't keep track of them all. I mean, I do, but. All right, this is from Mache Baker, and it's pretty hefty. I really don't know what's in here. It's got to be a proof set. And I'll guarantee there's a packing slip in here too. This guy is thorough in every which way. Use this packing tape to build dams. There's two proof sets in here. And I know who that is, so I don't need to look at that. And there's the packing slip. Oh, look at that. He even gave me 4 grams of silver too. That was nice of him. He didn't have to do that. He's a good guy. He's a decent guy. Now, don't throw that away, you big dumb dopey. Got an 83 proof set. Uh-huh. $83. Well, look at the frosting on that quarter. You see it? It's a nice one. A little toning on the quarter too. Just a little bit on the obverse. 83 and a number 2. I'm not going to be on here long. And a 1984. And to all the other 84s. If you see any scratches, that's going to be on the plastic. It won't be on the coins. Those coins are like mirrors. Highly polished planchets. And of course, I'll check for any errors that might be known to be on these coins. There's a few on every year. Of course, they find more very nominal errors on all coins anymore. They look and look and look and look and look until they find them all. So there's the three mail calls: Mache Baker, Hubert, and I don't know who Christina is. I'll tell you one thing. Oh darn it! He sent me this in a dime roll, and I need a nickel roll. I don't have any nickel rolls. How much is a 1/8 acre? You're going to ask me that with the world at your hands, with one click of a finger. You're going to ask me how big is 1/8 of an acre, and I'm going to find that information out the same way you would find it out, by looking it up, because I don't know. And how would I look it up? I don't know. I might go to Google. How much is 1/8 of an acre? How one, I don't even have to put anything else but 1/8 acre. How 1/8 acre? What does a 1/8 acre look like? It looks a little bit like a half acre, but it's smaller. How many acres is 50 feet by 100 feet? Not any, I don't think. Oh, you're on the road? All right, hang on. I can't believe somebody would ask how many acres is 50 feet by 100. How many square? I'll tell you how many square feet it is. It's 5,445 square feet, so that could be like a 10 by what am I saying? 10 by 50. I don't think anybody has a 10-foot wide area. Don't give me a pop up. It always gives me pop ups. Acre and square foot. I don't have an acre. I've got 1/8 of an acre. Oh no, it's okay. 1/8 acre equals 5,445 square feet, because 1/8 times 43, 560 is what, 54. Okay. So 5,445 square feet. Oh, on the camp road? Well, even on the camp road, it's still going to be the same square footage. Even on the moon, there's going to be the same square footage. So 5,445 square feet. Say, break it down into whatever. That would be like a 50-50 lot, you know. Okay, you're saying how much? I don't know. What are you asking me? How much is 1/8 of an acre on the camp road? I don't know. Who's selling 1/8 of an acre? 1/8 of an acre by Charlie up there might be $2,000. 1/8 of an acre by somebody else might be 10 grand. Go buy 1/8 of an acre in Prescott, Arizona. It's going to cost you 50,000. I couldn't believe what land was going for up there. You told me the other day you were wondering how much. So yeah, right. I was. I am. I was interested. Would somebody sell a small parcel of one of their parcels for a fee? But I don't know how much it would be. Let me see if there's anything available for sale on. That would be an interesting. Let me first of all get the hell away from this camera. Let me go and see if anybody's got anything for sale on McMahon. AC, RAD, acreage, MCC, HON, road, rod. Okay. Here's 9 point. Oh, that's got the house too. Here's 20 acres on McMahon Road. Let's see how much they want for it. That sure looks familiar. But we've looked at so many homes up there. Okay, well, it's show. Oh, it's off the market. Okay, that one's off the market, so they don't have a price on it. 3937 McMahon Road, including listing. Okay, let's just go here. There's a 2,000 square foot house there. 3 bedroom, 2 bath. You need more room than that, don't you? It's at 3937 McMahon Road. That's got to be up on the hill. Who the hell would with that road alone? Who's going to buy a house up there for $240,000 on that? I wouldn't. No. Does it come with a yearly 4-wheel drive brand new truck? Even a 4-wheel drive ain't going to do you any good. The average home value estimate on McMahon Road is $55,987. Come on, half of those houses up there. Well, take it here. This is interesting. Why won't that close up so I can see this page big? This is on Winery, WNERLY, Winnerly, whatever. Here, check this out. First of all, they got the address wrong. 3874. Oh my God, you're a million miles away. My mic's way the hell over there. 3874. Owners, Florence and Joseph Misnick, last sold in 2017 for $35,200. Year constructed 1882. Does anybody know when that house was constructed? Dan says 1854. The deed says 1871. Hi, Silver. And on here it says 1882 it was built. Wait the hell away from me. Lot size 7.53 acres. Total bedrooms 5. 1. Yeah, and 2 of the bedrooms are no bigger than our normal closets. I got an 84 proof set, an 83 proof set, a 20 Mercury dimes, and a 2000 mint set. Oh, I got the other camera. I got an 83. Where am I? Over there? Yeah. I got an 83 and an 84. Oh. And a 2000 mint set, which is the Philadelphia and the quarters. And then I got 20 Merc dimes that are sitting on it's in the beginning of the video. I put them under the scope so you can see them all. But I got 20 Mercury dimes for 20. That's what I say. That's $6 under melt value. So 3874 is what their address is here. Here's another one for sale up there. Well, it's not for sale. It was constructed in 2000, Link. It sold for $81,000 in I guess in 2000. 3921 McMahon. That's your buddy's house. He's got 9.8 acres. Yearly taxes are $2,000. Sold for $54,000 in 2009. That's really something that I don't know if I told you completely, but he is, well, he's not. But after my mom died several years later, my dad remarried, which I never thought he would do. But he remarried, and the daughter of the woman he remarried is cousins to Phi Link. It doesn't make him anything to me. 3925 McMahon Road. Mary Beth Miller. Let me see if I can find there's Harry's house, but he has I thought Harry had a double wide or something. I thought he had a big trailer, a double wide, and it sold for 84,000 in 2008. It was constructed in 2008. Now, okay, the Finnesseys. Here's the Finnesseys house. And it says it was constructed in 2011. Well, the Finnesseys lived there when I knew the Dandies in 1973. So I don't know how. Oh, never mind. Well, this says it was constructed in 1975, but they've had the addresses wrong. They obviously have the. I was wrong about Phi's too. Same with Harry's. Harry's was built in 2008. Phi's was built in 1996. Says Finnesseys was 75, but that can't be because I knew them in 73 and they lived there. Yeah, I don't think anything's really. More about McMahon Road, Hinsdale. Yeah, I can imagine more about it. Taxes are cheap. Taxes in this house are almost 3,000 a year. They average up there 1.6, but anything above the Dandy house, you got to use a freaking wrecker to get up there. The average lot is 11,000 or 11 acres. And the biggest house, oh, they're not showing me that. Now they're showing me other junk. Interesting stuff. Garamac Airport. And Garamac Airport is not, oh, I thought it said 1.2 miles. It's 12.2 miles. Garamac Executive Airport. Do you do the mystery bags? I haven't done nothing on whatnot. I talked to Jonathan and Bradley. If I do mystery bags, Silver, what I'm gonna do is they'll be like I figured up two different, and I don't have it down here. It was on I did it on this pad right here, but it's not down here. Let me just say that you'll get no less than half your investment back. But I watch second, not secondhand. What's his name? Geez, I know all them damn. I know them all now. Secondhand Estates. That's not his name. Well, there's one on there that sells mystery bags for 25, and you win that goddamn quarter. You win a quarter. You win a silver melt quarter. It's just an average circulated, average common date quarter for $25. You want to talk about ripping somebody off? And then the other day I saw a guy was giving out 7 out of the first 9 bags I watched open on his stream were war nickels, and he was charging $9. Come on. $9, you get at least a silver quarter, I would say. Okay, so there you got, depending on where you buy from, where you get your silver, you can buy it under a little under melt in some places by a few pennies, or as little as like 30 cents a piece over melt. So say you got, what is silver? I just did it. I'm not, instead of going through all that, let's just say you have $4 in every silver quarter you have. So that's $4 you're giving back to somebody who spent 9, and then you throw in an extra You throw in a Roosevelt dime, and then they charge for $9. They're going to charge you. One guy told me 12.5%. Another guy told me 8%. I look it up online. It says Whatnot charges 8% commission. So 8% on $4 is 32 cents. So, and if that's true, who the hell cares? You need to watch Silver Schmilver, but it's not spelled Schmilver. It's Schmilver. Silver, Schmilver. He had a $3,200 ceiling yesterday, and he is one of the fairest. Well, he's the number one streamer on Whatnot. He has more views, more sales, and he sold 10,000 last night. I think it was more than 10,000 in his auction. It's got to be more than, yeah, I think it's 12. Well, I look it up and it tells me. Let me see if now I'm on my computer now. I was looking it up on my phone. I didn't narrow it down to date. What does, I'll just say what does, Whatnot. No, screw that. Whatnot fees. 8% commission on the sold price of an item when it sells. 2.9% plus 30 cents, 30 cents or pence, payment processing fee for each transaction. Okay. So, and then the shipping price is paid by the buyer. So 2.9, so it's 10.9% plus 30 cents. You got the same sweatshirt on link? So let's just say 10, let's just say 11%. It's 2.9 plus 30 cents. Where the hell am I? Where's StreamYard? Oh, geez, I got to move it over here. I got to move that page on the. Now it's gone. That page is gone on the monitor. There it is. It minimized itself. My mouse is going nuts. I'm telling you, my computer's going to crash. I got it sticky. My hand is sticky. I can't stand sticky. Yeah, I got a wireless. I've undone the receiver for it and everything, and I can't even see that page. I got to look over here. 8%, 2.9, just rounded up to 11 plus 30 cents payment process for each transaction. So if you spend $10, if you make $10, they're taking $1.10 plus 30, $1.40. Some dork was arrested. No, Link had nothing to do with you smoking. It had nothing to do with you smoking. He was calling me a pussy and everything else. And I bet you don't dare put me on the stream. You're a piece of shit and all this. Just somebody I probably know who doesn't have the balls to face me. Had nothing to do with your smoking. But even so, at that, I don't know where the heck Link is or Jonathan is tonight. I won't be on too long. Yeah, what happened was I put the link up there. Well, you saw me up. I put the link up. I was hoping you were going to come in, and then it just said Silver, and I thought it was you. And then he started saying all these nasty, nasty things, in chat, calling everybody names and stuff, and said I didn't have the nerve to put them on the screen, which I did, and then he didn't have nothing to say. Riv, you still calling him Riv? Call him Jonathan, or he'll probably hit you. Why you got to drive 2 hours for work? Are you changing prisons? Are you going to a new prison? You don't drive every day 2 hours, do you, Link? Oh, meeting. I noticed the latency on StreamYard is better now. I asked you, and it was like 8 or 9 seconds later you answered me, and used to be on StreamYard 15, 20 seconds sometimes. Well, I'm gonna try to do all the things I want to do in May in one take, if at all possible. The one driving from the corner down to the house, explaining what was about to happen, and then when I get into the driveway and turn into the driveway, I'll explain that this was all dirt. It wasn't paved. The house looked totally different. It looked much better. Actually, it did look a lot better than it does now. Even though Dan has done some repairs and had it painted and a new roof and all that, it looked a hell of a lot better in '73 than it does now. And I'll get that down in one shot. Do you have any you don't have to bring a real gun. I know you have real guns, but does anybody around you, can you get a fake, like a rifle of any kind? Doesn't have to look, anything special. Just a rifle, an air gun, anything. Air guns are legal anywhere. Doesn't matter whether you come from Wisconsin with an air gun or not. But do you have a rifle of anything? Okay. I should have thought about that last time. And now I can come in and you can be standing there and you can point it at me, and I'll cut the video at that point, and that will be the beginning of the beginning. And then from there, I'll just explain. There'll be a cut in the video, and then I'll be standing in the driveway and say, this is where Clara and Beth came around the back of the house to meet me, and we walked in, and then I'll proceed to walk that way. Don't have to have Clara and Beth with me. I can just explain. And I walked into the house, and Jesus Christ, I can still remember exactly. And it's so weird because I can't remember where I left my keys when I was ready to leave yesterday. I looked all over hell for them, and they were in my pocket. But everything back then, well, they say that too, when you get older, your memories are great back then, but for, short-term memory just isn't there. So Biden must have had a really short time of life or something, and he's not really 80 years old or whatever the hell he is. But I can talk my way into the house. Now, you got to remember too that the house had that mud room, not room, just like a little dinky porch entryway at the back door. So I'll explain that as I go through, walk into the house, go into the directly into the living room. That's where we went, sat down, and we started talking about this and that and everything else, and nothing going on. Mary was in the living room with us. Laura was standing by the kitchen door. She finally came in and sat next to Mom. Mike was in his bedroom. He finally came out, said hi, went back into his bedroom. Beth was, where the hell was Beth? She was in the house somewhere, but I didn't see her at first. She wasn't in her room because she would be right off the living room. Favorite concert I'd ever been to? It's a pretty small one. I've only been to 3. I rock drummer for 1,000 years, and I've only been to 3 concerts. Grand Funk, Well, the new Grand Funk. They're not Grand Funk. Without Mark Farner, there is no Grand Funk. Grand Funk right here in just a few miles from me at the casino. And I saw Paul McCartney at Sun Devil Stadium in Tempe, Arizona. My ex-wife, a year after we got divorced, she said, "What are you doing tonight?" I said, "Nothing. I'm just kind of hanging out at the house, going through baseball cards because I was a baseball card collector back then, thousands and thousands." But she said, "Well, no, you're not. You're going with me." I said, "Go with you where?" And she said, "I knew Paul was in town and I really wanted to go, but then again, I didn't want to go." But she said, "Just meet me at my parents' house," which was in Tempe. And then she took me to see Paul McCartney. And we got to see him. But now the third one and the most impressive and most important and one that I'll cherish my entire life wasn't a concert. It was when Julian Lennon was on his uh, tour of the United States with Photograph Smile, his Photograph Smile album, and he played at the Cajun House in Scottsdale, Arizona. Well, I owned a security company at the time, and I talked to no shit, Derek Gibson was his lead man. I talked to him in England in Liverpool. Called him on the phone a couple of times to try and get the security contract. I wanted the security of Julian Lennon. And I told him, I said, "You know what? Actually," and Derek's talking to me, a brand new person, never knew who I was. And I told him, "I'll do it free. I'll supply." And that probably kind of took him off the idea that, who the hell's this guy, And I sent him my credentials of my company and who I was. I was fairly new. I was only in business for, that was summer. So I was only in business at the time for about 8 months, 7 or 8 months. So he said, "Well, we do have someone, and we've been talking to them, and I think we pretty much nailed it down to them providing security. Plus, the local police said they would have people there, which they did, of course. But anyhow, I went to the Cajun House early, and had my credentials and everything, and I explained who I was, and one of his entourage guys said, "Well, come in, have a seat for a moment." Next thing you know, here he comes, Julian Lennon. We sat there and talked for about 40 minutes. And oh my, you got chills like a little schoolgirl. He was just, oh my God, so down to earth and so nice. And I told him I wanted to do the security, and I didn't have the balls. I did not have the balls looking at this guy, knowing he's John's son, which, yeah, John. Um, I wanted to say, "Can I sit in with the band and play a song?" I really wanted to so bad, but first of all, I'm a left-handed drummer, so everything's got to be switched around. The hi-hat and the snare and the floor tom has got to be put on the other sides, which is not a big deal in most cases. I do it all the time when there's jams going on around this area, but that's a big thing. But you know what the fee was to get into the Cajun House or any place, I guess, in the country, was to bring canned food, because Julian was, he's a big that's an understatement. Big. He loves to support the world, bring people together, support country people that don't have anything and everything else. But yeah, it was just so much fun. I mean, I'm walking on a cloud for about a month after that, and I did talk to him a couple of times after that through email, and then that just disappeared. Uh, when you live in Phoenix, you meet a lot of stars. I met Alice when I had the security company. We had a chain of Ramada Inns that we provided security for. Not a chain. We had four of them in the downtown area and one further out toward into Phoenix. And Alice Cooper's restaurant was just on Central Avenue. And well, I was at the Ramada, and right down the street, take a right. Well, there's his restaurant. And I would go there sometimes with Tiny, one of my supervisors that I hired, that was a real big guy. Well, we had we had one day the wrestlers were, and they asked us to, step up security. The Ramada called us and said they wanted more security at the hotel because the wrestlers were coming in and McMahon was going to be there. You know what? McMahon's son, what's his name? Which one is he? I can't remember his name. He's an asshole. He's a piece of garbage. He was in the lobby of the hotel with his, I guess, wife at the time or girlfriend. Well, I think it was his wife, and he was just demeaning her. And I had to speak up and say, "What an asshole," which I did. They just glared at me, and there was these two young unknown wrestlers standing there with their muscle. Like, get out of here, go hit yourself with a fake chair, you phony bastard. But I got to meet Vince. I didn't call him Alice. I called him by his name. Well, I did in the beginning, and had lunch with him one time and told him I was a drummer and blah 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 blah. And then I met Wolfat from Hawaii 5-0, the one that used to throw his hat, the little Chinese type guy. Danny Aiello, Buster Crab, who was the first Tarzan ever on TV back in the 50s, or was it even the 40s maybe? And who else? Danny Aiello. I met. He was at Home Depot, and Wolfat used to come in a low cost grocery store. The first person I ever saw that wore thongs with socks. He wore white socks with his thongs. The one that goes between your toe and your big toe. And then and Cyndi Lauper. I met her. We talked a few times, but they're just normal people. Until you get, I tried to do layover security for the Atlanta Braves, which was my baseball team. Loved the Atlanta Braves. I followed them since I was a teenager, and that was my first. Here we go again with X's. But my first baseball game ever, my first professional baseball game, was the Atlanta Braves versus the Arizona Diamondbacks, and of course we were going. Oh, definitely going, and. I'd never been in a big stadium before. I live in this area right here, which is, biggest stadium. There's a fucking doghouse, but with a fence on top. But we went to the game, and I was trying to get security. I was totally way out of line. There's no way I could have got that. But we also stayed at the hotel that the Braves were staying at. I mean, you gotta do it big, right? And so we went to the game. And it was my birthday, or right at my birthday, and it was a special surprise. I mean, I got weepy when we walked into the stadium. First of all, looking at that massive place with the big dome, and it was cool in there, and it was 105 degrees outside, and just thinking, why couldn't I do this with my dad? But we went in, and I said, I never asked her where our seats were or anything. I was just excited to be. I think we'd be up at a nosebleed, or not nosebleed, but down further. And she said, okay, I'm looking. She said, just never mind. Don't be looking. Just keep following me. So we're walking around, and I'm just in awe, looking at everything. And then I saw a hot dog for $12 or something. What the fuck? So we're walking down and walking down and walking down and walking down, and we got down. I said, you sure we're in the right place? Because we're right above the Braves dugout. And she said, this row, second seat in. I said, no, I want the first seat. I want to be on the aisle. I want to be able to see everything, which was fine. She said, you're in the second seat. And so she switched with me. You ready for this? God damn it. Son of a bitch. Some of the things I've had in my life have been so good, and others have been so here's the bad one right here. Anybody who smokes, you're a fucking idiot. Well, sit down a few minutes. I'm looking, I've seen, okay. Greg Maddux was by the sideline. I saw Chipper Jones, Gerald Thompson was right in front of us playing catch with Mark Lemke. And, I'm just sitting there, just fucking enjoying the heck out of everything. And then I see, Bobby Cox is right there, and he comes around the end of the corner, and he looks up, and he looked like he made a motion or something. And I didn't know. I'm looking at him. Debbie. Look at Bobby Cox. I was a Greg, and Greg Maddox was in the room 2 doors down from us on the other side, right by the aisle. And here's the big thing. I'm going to blow out Greg Maddox right now. Oh, a call girl came to his room. He's a Mormon. Shit. Oh man, if I gotta erase this video when I'm done. I should never have said that. But you know what? That's life. Um, but Bobby was standing there and he looked straight up, and I thought he was looking at somebody behind us. I'm looking kind of like what's going on. And then he went around the side. And then he comes back. Oh, John Smoltz, I got an autograph ball. They're gone. They're all gone. I got an autograph ball by John, Greg, what's his face? John Rocker. John Rocker could throw a ball, but then he lost it. And he's nuts now, too. John Rocker's a flake. No, the good part's coming. We're sitting there, and Bobby, there's a few steps after where the dugout is, where the rows end. There's a little fence gate type thing there, and more steps that go down. And Bobby comes up and stood there for a minute, looked out at the field, looked over there, looked at the fence again, and unlatched that side. Walked up, and he's looking at the people in the front row. We were in a second row. And then he looked at us, and then he started to walk, and then he just stopped right there, and he said, "You're Debbie." He looked right at her, and she said, "Yes, I am." Big smile. And he said, "Well, then you must be Paul, so why don't you get up and come on down?" You will fuck me. Are you kidding me? I was in the fucking dugout with the Braves. And now here you go again with the good and the bad. We left Debbie's kids, Jason and David, home with a babysitter, and we had the video. The back then it was VCR. We had it recording the game. Right. Told the babysitter, "Don't touch the channel." What'd she do? She touched the channel. What did I do? I shot her in the head with a rusty nail. I told her we'll never have her again, and you should listen to people when they ask you not to do something. I was very upset because I wanted to watch, because we're right there, and there were cameras that, there was a foul ball that came our way that I came close and hit the dugout, bounced this way. I didn't get it. I wish I could have, and I didn't have a glove anyhow, but still, I would have caught it with my mouth. I called the Atlanta Braves offices and asked, can I get a copy of that game? They can't do that. I said, but I was there and we were having a recording, and I own a security company. I'm trying to do this. I was trying to get the security, and they just couldn't do it. So I went on YouTube and I watched every goddamn game within that frame time, and wondering, okay, did they upload it maybe on April 29th? But they always give the date of the game, and it's not on YouTube. It's not on YouTube. Because there's a lot of games from back that time that are on YouTube, and not mine. Why? Because I know the cameras, panned over by the Braves dugout, and you're going to see us right on top. Hey, well, that's the way life is sometimes. It gives you a big bowl of cherries, and then it turns into a pile of peach pits. I had fun in Arizona. It was a good time. I miss the weather. I don't miss the summer at 110, 112, but I don't like winter anymore. I always wondered why my uncles and other people that were old, in their 40s and 50s, always wondered why they wanted to go to Florida in the wintertime. Well, geez, I know now. Well, not now, because we don't even have winter here anymore. I'm in Western New York, and we had 3 snowfalls all year that amounted to anything. 1 6 inches, one about 7, maybe 3 4 inches, and a couple of dustings. That was it. When I was a kid growing up here, we had drifts that used to go across the roads, and you couldn't drive. In 1965, actually, it would be. I guess it would be. We were upstairs, and my dad was getting up ready for work. And I heard him, his favorite thing was, "Jesus, Mary, and Joseph, what the hell's going on? My goddamn car's missing." And I heard my mother say, "What are you talking about?" He said, "My car's gone. Look out the window." It was buried. It snowed so much it was buried. It was gone. totally gone, buried in the snow. And because we parked right on the road, he parked right on the road in front of the house, and it snowed that year. I was just about to turn 14, and my brother started shoveling. He was 4 years older, 5 years older than me, and he shoveled the sidewalk. And when he was done shoveling, it was the same height as me. I mean, it just I don't remember how much snow we got. You can look it up online. 65 or 66. It might have been the beginning of no, it was. I think it was 66. January January of 66. Because shortly after that, my dad bought the house on 8th Street. But boy, oh boy, yeah, his car was gone. It was totally buried. Snowed 4 feet, 4.5 feet or something. Then the plow came by and didn't. Actually, the plow only got half of it because it seemed like it must have plowed snowed another foot since the plow hit it. So I didn't have to go to school that day anyhow. That was good. Which channel is this? Which channel is this? What are you looking at? You're looking at yourself. Which channel? Never mind. Where did Link go? Did he fall off a tree or something? So remember, May 15th, 16th, and 17th, we're going to be at the Dandy House. We're going to be streaming. We're going to be doing a lot of stuff. I'm going to be doing a lot of filming. I'm going to make a short, maybe 1 hour documentary of everything that happened, as much as I can, that happened in the year and a half. You couldn't even walk. There were no sidewalks. They were 4.5 feet of snow. You could tunnel to school. School was only what, 1, 2, 3. Where am I at? I'm on 6th Street. 2.5 blocks from me. And if I had gone to school, what good did that do me? There wouldn't be nobody there except Bert, the janitor. We had a school shooting. One of our snipe. What the hell was it called? It was in the Reader's Digest. The story was in the Reader. Well, you can find it anywhere. Look up Anthony Barbaro, Barbero, Anthony Barbaro. He great kid, great young kid. He was on the Rifle Association snapshot. He was one of the best. He was the best on his team, I think. And he went up in the student council room and started shooting anybody that drove or walked by the school. Day after my mother died. All right, Silver. See you in a bit. I should be on. What time is it? Where's my 9:45 already? Holy cow. Now see, here's just yet another 20. You know what? I'm going to put them back in the tube because I know sure as hell I'm going to knock a couple of them on the floor or something. And then when I sweep, I won't see them or something. Jonathan won't be on now. He won't get on this or late. Oh, I did make some notes though. Link. I said it was in my head, but you know what? Not everything can be in your head because there are some things I want to do, some things I don't care to talk about. I will walk around the pond, or not around, but to the back corner, back side to where you go just around the turn at the back end of it. And then that's when we turned around because you couldn't go any further. Dan's cleared all that off. You could never walk around the pond before. And then we turned around and walked back toward the house. Phil was directly in front of me. I was kind of next to him, but yet behind him. But I was holding his shirt. He had a flashlight and he was talking and talking. And they brought up the dizzy bitch that was, or I brought up the dizzy bitch. I said, "Is this where you saw the dizzy bitch?" And he flung around so fast and put that flash. I mean, he put it right in my face. He put it right in my face and said, "I didn't ask to see the goddamn woman." So I knew he was in denial, for lack of a better word. He was in denial of what was going on. He wouldn't believe it. He said, "I don't believe any of this stuff." There's always, he said, there's a reasonable GD explanation for all of this. Yeah, your house is haunted. There's your reasonable explanation. But it made him worse and worse. I mean, he wasn't a real nice, super nice guy to begin with, but he really got bad toward the end, and he drank more toward the end. He stopped. You know, he would, when he'd get paid from work, right out to the bar, or he'd go to a bar on the way home, or yeah. Hi, Riza. How you doing, Charlie? Yeah, they all have. All everybody. Well, nah, I wouldn't. I don't want to say all, but yeah, there's been many reports of weird things happening on people's property. Especially seeing the Emerson boy that was killed in a buzzsaw accident with his father on his property. Um, he's been seen by people walking around. We believe we may have seen him once late in the evening, 12:30, 1 o'clock, when we were going down Wagner Hill to Emerson Road, which was named after his family. And we saw what appeared to be, see, these are the things I don't even believe. When I see it, I still say, ah. How can you say, ah, when you're looking at it? But, you know, it's sometimes good to be skeptical. But then again, when you're skeptical of something outrageous happens, it kind of blows your mind, and does more than just blows your mind. It screws you up. Um, we saw what looked like a half a person walking into the woods. Tina was driving. She didn't see it. I did. Angel saw it very clearly, and just immediately, right at the moment she saw it, went into hysterics. She just, I mean, we never talk about Warren, the boy that was killed. Uh, but she saw that. I don't even know if she even put two and two together and thought, "Oh my God, there's that kid," because there was no kid. There was only a half of a whatever it was anyhow. And he was right at the edge of the woods when you come. It's a T in the road, so you're coming down the road, and then you can go left or right. And he was ahead of us, and she had high beams on, of course, because there's no street lights or nothing up there. And you could see clearly that they haven't gotten into the brush or the trees yet, but there was, from the, I guess, from the waist down, somebody was walking into the woods. You know, we looked, and what the fuck is that? And she just bing went hysterical. I mean, she went crazy. I'm trying to hold her in the back seat and calm her down and tell her it's okay, it's okay. We're in here. And her mom is just, well, what the hell happened? What happened? What's going on? What are you doing? What are you talking about? That's, yes, basically what we saw, Charlie. And I'm one to say, you know, people are crazy when they talk about these things. But even though I saw it, I'm still saying, yeah, it don't happen. It happened. It happened. The owner of the house gets mad at me because I use the word skeptical, but it's not skeptical of his property. I could have owned that property, and I turned KG Reese down. I didn't want nothing to do with it. Actually, I wanted to burn it down. Uh, that was, my God, that was 9 years ago, 8 years ago, 9 years ago. But when I say skeptical, I'm talking about what some people tell me. When I talk to a couple that goes to the house and they're there for an overnight visit, uh, shut the hell up, Link. Um, they go for an overnight visit and they tell me, or I watch a video of them at the house, and there's tons of them on YouTube. And all these things are happening. I'm thinking, why are you saying this? You know, you're making this crap up, which a lot of them do. You know, they do. I go to a house and I sit there, and I sit there, and I sit there. Nothing happens. Well, yeah, I think we all doubt our senses, but at the house here, because I don't go out and run around investigating paranormal properties or areas or anything like that. I'm interested in it, yes, Uh, am I psychic? No, I don't believe I am. Am I empathic? I think everybody is to a point. But since I was a kid, I would always have these, what I used to call them goosies. And my cousin was always telling me that I was trying to say goosebumps. I was just 3 or so. And I remember the first time when I was a little kid. And I told my mommy I'm getting goosies. And then the phone rang and my aunt died. I would get them about things, but I didn't know, or my cousin died. I would get them about things, and I didn't know if it was good or bad or even what it was about. Sometimes I do know what it's about, and that's freaky. So is that precognitive crap or whatever the hell? I don't know. I just know this house has got problems, and I know this house has got more stories told about it that aren't true, that are embellished, that are expanded on, that are made up. Um, and at least, at least when it comes to the Dandy family and what they experienced, nobody knows it better than Clara Miller, who Clara Dandy. She changed her name back to her maiden name. Nobody knows it better than me and her, and I would say 2 other people for sure, other than her family. Randy Carr was there to experience a lot of this. Keith Michaels, who will not ever take my call or anything when I try and correspond with him. Um, and Tim Crane, who married the daughter Beth. He was a very good friend of mine back then, and he won't have nothing to do with it. And he was a very high mucky muck in the Air Force, and I can understand. He's protecting his stuff. Well, of course you do. There's a new one. There's a new one on there right now on YouTube. Paranormal Files, the failed exorcism. It's called, and I watched it today. And some of the stuff that they're realizing, some of the stuff they've recorded, some of the stuff that they've gathered up while being there, I've experienced, but not to the vast amount that they do. I'm telling you, I can go to the house 10 days in a row, and 9.5 of those days it's going to be like being on a barren planet. Nothing happens. And if something does happen, it's very minor. Or, a knock means nothing to me. Like, if I was dead, I'm not going to stand around going, "Ah, them goddamn live people here again. Knock on a wall once, will you, Jimmy? For what? What are you doing that for? It makes no sense. I'm sorry. It makes no sense. The things that have happened to me in that property cannot ever be denied. They can't. They can't. You can't say no. That's not even possible. That's not even possible. Um, some of the things I've seen and heard and felt, and I mean felt, not just some. Ooh, how you doing? Not some of this. I was scratched on my ass. Oh, that's Link. He got scratched all over the place. But when you're attacked ferociously by air, when there's no one there, how do you wrap your head around something like that happening? How can that happen? How can something strike out at you that isn't there? How can I, like if I were sitting here right now and you're watching me or whatever, or just listening, and you go back and watch, and suddenly I'm hoisted out of this chair and put over there somewhere, but there's nobody here but me. How does that happen? I watch so many of these, and I do. I'll go search out things on YouTube of other properties, not things. Actually, I stray away from the things about the Dandy House. I don't want to watch them. because 60 or 70% of the time I'm pissed off with what I'm seeing because I know they're making it up. I know some people are experiencing exactly what I've experienced, exactly what Clara's experienced, but that doesn't happen all the time. And nobody wants to see somebody in an investigation doing this. Well, we've been here 8 hours now. Nothing happened. You ready to go? Nobody's going to watch that. Nobody's going to watch nothing happening. And like anything else that is produced on a grand scale, what sells is entertainment. And I won't go to the Dandy House for entertainment. I go there because, you know, Alex Tanner said to me, the gentleman who did the first reading on the house on a big way, who also was assistant to the exorcism of the house cleansing. When it was over and done with, he said to me, and I still, I've talked to his niece several times, and I still to this day, and I wish I had contacted Alex, and I know he would have talked to me for hours. Father Al would. I still don't know to this day what he meant when he said the house wants answers from you. What the hell did he mean by that from me, of all people? Well, Father Alphonsus was a Franciscan, uh, was a Franciscan, and he was a teacher of theology, professor of theology at St. Bonaventure University. And when you go to his archives and you thumb through the boxes of his mass collection of everything from voodoo to poltergeist to exorcisms, he's he was way ahead of anybody like the Warrens or anybody else, and he surpassed everybody with the knowledge and what goes bump in the night. And he was a quiet little man with such intelligence and intellect about the paranormal field. No, he'd make Hans look like the other Hans, the skater. Father Al was just, and I don't, he's buried here at St. Bonaventure Cemetery, uh, just up the hill from my mom and dad. But 20 minutes back, 20 minutes later, um, I think his body is actually in the Vatican. I don't think his body is here. I think it was flown back to Italy, and I think he was the go-to exorcist, or I should say, the go-to person on information of exorcism for the Vatican. I know he had a lot of contact with the Vatican, with just a few little ditties that he told me, and we didn't talk that much about much of anything. But the one thing, it's really funny because so many people. I don't know why I don't have a page on the Dandy House, because that's what it seems like I talk about on my coin channel all the time. But so many people have come to me and over the years and said that they get a weird feeling they have to be at the house. Well, in some cases, I would imagine that might be being obsessed with the house. In other cases, I think it's the same as it is with me. It happened the other day again, and I don't even talk about it anymore because it's annoying. And when I think the house not the house. It's made out of wood and stuff. But what is it within the house? Maybe what's within the house. I don't. Maybe it is a house. I don't know of an inanimate object that can contact you, but that what's there can reach out. Um, and it, pulling the word, Charlie, pulling the word. But that's exactly what you're saying is true. I never had anybody say that. I never myself felt that. I did feel it, but I didn't recognize the fact that I had until uh, Labor Day when we had a party up there and everybody left early. Father Al was there. Everybody was having a good time, and we all left early. Very, 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 very bad feeling all day long up there. And we Debbie and I left early, and when I got home, I we were doing whatever we did. I think I was practicing too a little bit, and I even played my guitar for a while. And we were just, I think I was eating ice cream when Father Al called, and I don't even eat ice cream anymore. Father Al called about 7:30 and said, "Oh, Paul, how are you?" And real quiet. It's how he talked. Oh, and what else can we do? Almost like a little Irishman, but he didn't really have an Irish accent. He's on YouTube. There's one video of him on YouTube. One. Um, he called and I started a little small talk with him. He said, "Okay, okay, okay, please, please, I want to ask you, what are you doing right now?" I said, well, I'm not doing nothing." He said, "Would you go back to the house with me?" That scared me. Why would a priest, a Franciscan, why would he call me? Why would a friar be calling me, a 21-year old dope kid that what do I know about anything? But he asked me if I would go back with him, and I said, "Well, sure, Father. What's wrong?" He said, "All hell is broken loose," according to Clara. So, boy, see, even now I get chills about this stuff. So he picked me up, and we were driving up there. We were going down North Union Street in Olean, and he very quietly said, "Do you feel it?" And I said, "What do I feel what, Father?" He said, does the house, Jesus Christ, I'm really getting chills. Does the house call you? Do you feel a sense of needing to be there? I said, "Well, at this very moment, Father, no, I want to go back home with the way you're talking." And he said, "But has it happened to you? Have you felt that you have to be there? Something needs you there?" And I said, "Well, I guess in a way, I guess that's a good way of putting it, that it's not that I want to go there because I want to be Am I back? How in the hell can that happen? How can I restart? No, there's no way. I got to go to my YouTube channel to see if I'm actually am I don't even know. I don't This is not possible. It's not feasible for this to happen. I want to see if I'm live. You guys are here. I don't understand. How can you be here? I'm not even here. Well, let me go down here a minute. I want to see if what's the title of this? Oh my God, it's still the same title. How can it be the? It's in CoinRoll. Okay, it's in there. Okay, okay, all right. I'm just checking all the settings. You know what, YouTube? I'm gonna say some things on here that might lose my channel. You review this, okay? You review this. You got a problem? Review it because you're full of shit as usual. This video is the same as every video I've done talking about the house or opening coins, which the title says that's what I'm doing. It was opening coins. Mail call from Whatnot Streamers. Did I spell streamers right? Yeah, I did. I'm going to edit that title. I want the Dandy House word in there, name in there if I'm going to continue. I got a brand new microphone and I never use it. Forget how to type, Paul? Yeah, I did. What's it to you? All right, I'll go back. Where was I? What was I doing? Okay. But we were, before we even got to Hinsdale, I think which is about, Hinsdale proper, which is about, 7 minutes, I would say, from North Union and Olean, 7 or 8 minutes. He asked me three times total, but do you really feel it pulling? No, he didn't say pulling. He actually said calling. He said calling. And yeah, I guess you do. And it just hits you. I mean, I'm playing drums. I'm not thinking about this house. I'm having a good time. I'm looking at some people and watching them dancing, and my guitarist and my singer and everybody else we're all smiling together, and then suddenly I get this shake up thing about you can't be doing what you're doing. You need to be where you are in Hinsdale. And I'm trying to think. That was I think that was the night that it took us all more than double the time to get home because of the snowstorm we had. And in Hornell, it's one of the highest points in New York State. It's the highest point in the county, not in New York State. I'm not talking about mountains and stuff, but it's one of the highest points in Cattaraugus County, or Cattaraugus, Allegheny County. And it snowed. It snowed bad. I think it took me just about 4 hours to get home, and I wouldn't even be thinking about the house. I mean, I think about it. I think about it during the winter time. There's people up there. Think about it often, but I don't think about, geez, I sure miss the house. I miss going up there when it was spring and summer. It's so beautiful and so quiet, and no neighbors, nobody to bother you. It's just beautiful. It's beautiful up there. It's gorgeous. It's a beautiful place to be. Link will be here. And I don't, I can't even guarantee anything will happen. Not a whole lot happened. Not a crazy bunch of stuff happened when he was here last time. Not when I was there, anyhow. I don't think there's anything demonic in that house. I think there's one entity that hates my guts. I know that. I don't even think that. I'm sure of that. I did too much of my own uh, antagonizing. I know you're not supposed to do that, but for me, it's not. For me, it's personal. For me, it's personal. For me, it's one on one with uh, the one who attacked me. It's personal. I, Now, Tony Spera, Lorraine's Warren's son-in-law, when he was at the house when we were all being interviewed for Paranormal Lockdown, he told me when it can hit you that hard, it is demonic. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what to say to that. Um, I think with a lot of things that are told by the investigating side of it, not a psychic, but those who investigate, I think until they die and mingle with the dead and then come back and tell us, I don't think they have the answers. I don't think their answers are the answers we're looking for. How can they be? I think over the years, with over the investigations, over the decades of investigations, and this is what we experience when this is done or said, or I think the textbook answers, which amount to this happened 300 times, or this happened 3 times, well, that probably don't mean nothing. I think the ones that happen the most are the likely answers that we have to believe to be the cause or reasons for things happening. Nobody knows what's in the dandy house. I don't think what's in the dandy house today is what was in the dandy house of the 70s. When you're talking about your wife was looking at Fort Erie pictures and stuff. Is that what you said? Pictures, I believe. Um, the stories of Fort Erie remain the same. It's the same headless guy. It's the same stories of the same entities of the same investigations over and over and over. The Dandy House has got 200,000 to 300,000 different spirits there. And I think what's going on up there is they're constantly the amateur amateur investigator. I think they're pulling in everything. Well, that's what I'm being facetious because I've had so many different names thrown at me. It's scary. Uh, I, Almost every name I can think about: Bob, Jim, Janet, Marianne. Uh, any name that I can think of, somebody told me they spoke with, or they heard from, or that's the name that came out of a spirit box, or a GEO box, or a Geo box, or whatever. I think if I were to sit here every day for 5 hours nonstop and say I want to talk to a spirit, I want to talk to a spirit. Is there anybody here? Is anyone in this basement with me? What keeps some people from never ever being connected with a spirit? They're everywhere, except cavemen. You never see any cavemen anywhere, do you? Have you seen cavemen anywhere? I guess they didn't have souls. But what keeps some people ever experiencing anything? People that are truthful and honest that say I've never seen or heard anything that made me think it was a ghost. I just don't understand. That's where my skepticism falls in, Charlie. It's not that I'm a skeptic. I don't believe in, if you want to use the terminology or the word ghosts. Uh, um, I think he is too. Uh, I don't want to say that I'm a skeptic in the idea that we can't come back, but I am a skeptic in the idea that residual energy of a car, a horse and buggy, a wagon, well, maybe not the horse, but the buggy, I don't see how those things can come back and regenerate and be heard by people. But how much gunfire is heard in Gettysburg? I've only been to Gettysburg one time, and we heard gunfire right at dusk time, close by. And we were asking around, was who was doing a reenactment or something, and they said there wasn't any, but it could have been somebody shooting at a rabbit. I don't know, but it did sound like a musket shot. It didn't sound like a rifle or a pistol, or it had that hollow. It sounded like a musket several times. Link, I got to go up to my Gmail because Taryn, her name is Taryn. I think she wrote to me. Well, I don't see anything in here from Taryn. Okay, it must have been in my updates. Thank you for my order. I didn't order anything. Oh, I thought I canceled that. God dang it. Am I coming to class tomorrow? I forgot my homework. I can't come to class. Some of these emails, man? COVID, you're on our list. What is this shit? What? Yeah, I'm on. You're on my list too. So get out of my life. You ain't. Don't send me nothing telling me I need a COVID vaccine. It ain't gonna happen unless you tie me down and hog tie me. It ain't gonna happen. Hang on, let me see if I can find it. I know you said something, Charlie. Oh my God, now it's not here again. Every time I go to look for her email, it's not there. I'll look for it on my phone. Seems like I see things better on my phone. What'd you say? Where am I? Oh, when we were at Gettysburg last, a neighboring town was setting off fireworks. That was it. Yeah, it would be. We didn't. Why is there a heart on my screen? What is this heart right here? Let me click on it once. Did you see a heart on your screen when I did that? How about a smiley face? Well, it's annoying because it's over the words in my chat. Here's 100%. What the hell does that mean? Oh, geez. Is there any way for me to remove it for myself? Because it's over the last two words of what you just said. Can I move it? I wonder if I can move it. No? Let me go up the chat and see if it lets me. Toggle timestamps, pop out chat, toggle. I can't do nothing. Shoot. Stop it. Stop it. Wonder if that gives Gettysburg, Jesus. I wonder if that gives YouTube, some kind of thing saying, "Oh, we better send more links, more recommendations out for this video because 4,000 people liked it. I don't understand why I've got. How many do I have? I'll tell you something about Link. The first time he was there, he was gone the first day. He was supposed to be there 3. That's how scared he was. He don't get scared. Shit, he spent the next time there by himself, alone. I can't do that, and I won't do that. I got to get a cigarette. No, I don't. They were never gone. There's no demons there, Link. So quit using that word. I'm tired of everybody uses that word, and I'm tired of it. There's no demons in that house. Why would there be? My guitarist, my best friend of my life. We've been friends for 58 years. I don't know where the hell it came from. But I said Pazuzu one day. Every time I say that, I expect to get hit by lightning or something. I know you left because of Phi, but still. Yeah, but when you left, you didn't even respond to my calls for several hours, and that's where I was freaking out. You're driving down the road, and I'm calling you and texting you and calling you and texting you. You never answered me. I need an electrician to come back. Wait a minute. What the hell am I doing standing up on the screen? That was like 10 minutes ago. Lucifer, I don't know. Pazuzu's pretty bad from what I understand. Lucifer can kiss my ass. Yeah, he shook you up all right. I mean, for you not to answer me miles and miles away is really something. And how can I have 1,500 subscribers and nobody comes to my damn streams? Because their notifications were shut off. Oh, 1,300 subscribers, not 15. That's another thing I've seen people show me pictures of. They've caught things. I just saw, just for a second, the smoke went in front of the camera, and it almost looked like a hand shaped like about like that. I have. Oh, I don't have my phone down here. I have a copy of the Roman Ritual on my phone, and we're gonna the simple version of the Roman Ritual. Maybe one night we can read that up there. For what? We've tried everything, Link. In the past years, we've tried Gregorian chants. We've tried. We read actually Angel read the exorcism up there one night. God, it took her 2 hours. Sandy's got the kit. Is there a word not there? I'm read it if you're afraid. I'm not afraid. That house doesn't scare me at all. I don't know why so long. Because we weren't prepared to do it, and you've got to have responses from the person who's with you or the people that are with you. It's almost like something blocks the exorcism out of my head when I go back to to 74. When I go back to April 13th, 1974, I remember coming to the house and being told to get out of the house. And then we're going back to the house. I remember everything that we did. I remember the conversations I had with Jan Khan. I remember the conversations I had with the two guys next to me. I don't remember any of their names because I don't remember people's names even when I'm introduced, and 5 minutes later I say, okay, well, see you later, whoever the hell you are, because I don't remember who you said you were. Not people I knew, just being introduced to somebody. I forget their name. I'm very good at that, but I don't remember. I remember everything we talked about on the floor after the exorcism. I remember everything I talked to with Alex Tannis when I went out into the kitchen. I remember everything. But I don't remember Father Al reading the exorcism. I don't remember him reciting it. And I was right there looking at the back of his head. I don't know. I don't think that would make me fear anything. I don't fear anything at the house anyhow. I don't fear anything at the house, yet I couldn't spend the night there by myself. So who's being a hypocrite? Who's being a liar? Ah, no, it was all in English, Link. All in English. I think I think I have a good handle on the God thing. I think I'm not a religious man. I don't go to church every Sunday like I used to when I was a kid, but I think I'm on good terms with him. I talk to him every night for a good 20 minutes or so. I say my prayers for my family and my friends and Angel, who's now in Roswell, for the next 5 days because her doctor can't seem to figure out why her chemo is not working and why she's constantly 24 hours a day sick. And if they go up there and they can figure out why she's constantly 24 hours a day sick and they fix it, I'm going to slap her doctor across the face when I see her. That poor girl has gone through hell, absolute hell. I don't know where she gets the constitution to keep on trucking. I don't know how she does it. I know she thinks of her kids and everything. I mean, my God, they're only 4. Oh shit, how old's Luca? 5, 6, and 8. 5, 6, and 8. She's had cancer 3 friggin' times. Jesus. Link, I need to do something. I need to take this wall out over here. I hope so, Charlie. I just can't. I can't. I can't understand why she has to go through it. What I can't understand is why she's not reverting back to THC and saying screw the chemo. I just don't. Ovarian cancer, 13 months, nothing changed. Nothing, never changed at all. Her numbers, or whatever, I forgot the word. The numbers were never changed. A few, like if it was 1,200, it might go down to 1,170 or something. She went on THC, pure THC. She was sleeping 20, 21, 19, between 19, 21, 22 hours a day. In 2 months, she went into remission. No chemo, no pain meds, no antiemetics, just pure THC. And use the word cured because it never came back. And that was 5 years ago. And then she had breast cancer, beat that with chemo. And now she's got non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. Next, she'll be he, thee, they, them, she is, our, I, 2 thing. Might as well get a reassignment while she's at it. Yeah, she'll be 30 July. And she's gone through all this crap. And like I said the other night or last night, I smoked 3 packs of cigarettes a day and I'm still walking around. Barely. Barely walking around. No, I need to either move that wall or push a wall out that way 2 feet. Is that stupid? There's got to be a way for me to. This is 4 by 8 feet. 42 inches, I think, by 8 feet. 8 feet. And it's a computer, a monitor, 3,000, 4,000 coins over there and different things. Yeah. There's, I just need enough room to I see it. I don't know. Can you? No, you can't, but you're gonna. I'm gonna tilt you up. Now let me give it the few seconds I need for it to catch up to you. There we go. Here it comes. Okay. I need to be able to get the drums back behind this and still be able everything to fit. And I measured it. Where is that? Stay up there. No, I'm going the wrong way. I need to bring them this way. I need to shorten my span between my studio lights because my studio lights are 30 inches by whatever, and I've only got one put up. Now I've got this light too, but that's going to be eliminated. I'm not going to move the wall, for Christ's sake. I need to shorten up the space between. Well, these cameras, I don't know. I don't know why I'm doing it. These cameras suck. They're never going to work. They're never going to work for a green screen. They're just never going to work. Because if I could shorten up will you see that pole up there? It's not really a pole. It's just a piece of straight, kind of rounded wood. If I could, what the hell I was saying? If I could get everything in front of that area this way, these cameras might be okay on the drums because if you can see over in this area here, the floor time and this symbol, the one ride symbol is blurry. The corner is blurry. And I don't know why. These are such great cameras, 920Cs. Oh boy. I just gave you a kiss from somewhere. Um, there's got to be a way that I can stretch it all. I can't go back into the corner. I can't go back into the corner and come out this way because then I won't be able to get it. It'll be at an angle that there won't be enough room. But what I was going to do is I was going to put my GoPro here because the GoPro is high definition. I can go to 4K if I wanted to, but I'm only gonna film in 1080. I could go 1080 here. My phone is 1082. I could use the phone as a side camera, but then I'm only getting 2 views. So I don't know what the hell I'm going to do. I'm never going to play them drums is what I'm going to do. Should I say these rubber bands? I think I should. Yeah, I'm going to. And just put them over there. They'll be there for a while. Now with that belly, I got your belly. Well, I think I'm going to go upstairs. It's getting chilly. I didn't bring the heater down tonight, and it's not too bad down here, but well, come another, and then the word is covered up. Come. Oh, no. I can move it. I don't have a problem moving it. I've already moved it 6 times in the last week, 2 weeks. Now I put it back in the middle so I can do what I got to do, which is nothing. What? I told you, don't start that shit because you know what? I'll beat the hell out of you. All right, Charlie. I will see you later. Yeah, I'm going to get to it. It's cold down here. My arms are cold. It's probably around 65, 4. I know, Link, you keep your furnace on 63. I wouldn't want you to see this mess down here. Is my light off on my scope? No, I didn't turn it on. No, I didn't turn it on. It's more fun with more people. Your brother's cousin. My brother's cousin is my cousin. All right. I'll see you tomorrow. I'll talk to you tomorrow. I'll probably be on tomorrow sometime. But hi, Red. You came on just as we're leaving. You go watch the beginning of the video. You'll see what my last 3 whatnots were. But I'll see you guys later. And then I don't even know where okay, that's the page. But I'm going to start doing a premiere, not premiere, but a going live like 6 hours early. Maybe we'll get a few people in here. So I'll see everybody later, and thanks for coming by, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.